Let me ask you this question. Why do you create art? Do you do it for others to grow on social media to get popular? Or do you make it for yourself because you truly enjoy art? Now, whatever you answer to this question is very important. Because if you fall in the first category, you might be facing a severe problem. A problem called burnout. Now, I am someone who already experienced burnout multiple times. And it happens for one main reason. As you know, I create videos. You're watching one right now. I create videos, and sometimes it gets to a point that I create art just because I need to get a video out. And that's where the problems start. Even though you might say it's good that you're still making art, right? Like you're still improving, but the problem occurs when the video gets to a point where I find it so difficult to make that I just don't. And as a result of that, I don't draw for periods of months on end. For example, I had this project that I started back in July, and I haven't posted since because that project got a bit too overwhelming. I had a whole amazing drawing planned out. It was scripted, it was laid out, I already started sketching, but then I stopped. This is an amazing concept. Yet, it didn't come to realization because I just got lazy. I burnt out and I couldn't create art. I can see how this may look like an extreme case, but if you look at something that applies more to you, for example, if you create art for Instagram, right, to grow, to get popular, a lot of people have that goal, right? When you do that, you're basically an AI chatbot. You create art for whatever people will find entertaining. You may not like what you're creating, but you still do it because you're asked of it, and that's the only way for you to grow. And you burn out because you don't create anything you like. You might even begin to despise art because of where it gets you. But it doesn't have to be like this. Now imagine this. You wake up on a beautiful morning. It's very nice outside. You get yourself a cup of coffee or tea if you like that better. And you sit down for a little drawing session. No expectations, no pressure. You just create for yourself. You do whatever you want, and not only is this a good way to start your morning, but it also gets your mindset in the right place about art. You create again because you truly enjoy art. Isn't that great? This might seem like it's a bit difficult, but in reality it's very achievable. All you need to do is find yourself a peaceful spot. Let's say your room or somewhere outside, or even your kitchen at 6 a.m. in the morning because everyone's asleep. A private spot where you will not be bothered by others, so you can just create in peace. Now that you have that, I want you to forget about posting. Forget about social media and all of that. That's not important right now. You're here in the present moment to sit down and to focus on your art, to create. You're free to experiment because it's your art, so you can do whatever you want. And that's how you find a peaceful way to reconnect with your art, to get out of that burnout, and to have a healthy relationship with art. And not only that, but you also improve in the process, because if it's something that becomes part of your routine, something that you do every morning, you're gonna improve because consistency is key, right? But you're also gonna have the joy of creating art, which is arguably more important. So now that you know that, go and create something. Create something and enjoy your art. Bye.